Welcome back to GCTV. This is the end of the night, end of Global Champions League Stage 10, live from Port Écule here in Monaco. What a victory for the Can Stars, powered by the Iron Daves. If we weren't sure that they were the real deal after winning in Doha, we weren't sure that they were the real deal after going on to win in Saint-Tropez, well, 3 stage victories and once again taking the top of the overall ranking. We are reminded as to how this Can Stars team is indeed the real deal. Yet another clean sheet as well, by the way, and take nothing away from that very aggressive round of Sophie Hinners in round 2 that set up the victory. And by the way, Sophie Hinners, if I'm not mistaken, jumping today on 2, am I right in saying that? On 2 9-year-olds, round 1 and round 2. Very impressive from Sophie Hinners and very impressive from the Can Stars. Let's show you the results. This is how it ended here in Monaco tonight. A wonderful victory for the Stars, as we mentioned. Prague Lions, heartbreaking to jump a double clear, clean sheet and not win a GCL stage. Falcons White United get onto the podium for the first time in some time. And Shanghai Swans actually put in one of their best performances of the season. The Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M Wheel of Horses, in 5th. They officially drop down to 2nd now in the overall championship rankings. We'll get some reaction from that now, in fact. Monaco Aces and the Rome Gladiators find themselves in 6th and 7th place as we take a look at the final results of Monaco. Disappointment for Razorback International and Madrid Emotion. Not very often you'll see them with 40 penalties as they finish 2nd from the bottom, only behind the Mexico Amigos. Let's get some reaction then from the Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M Wheel of Horses. Olivia Philipparts joins us in studio. Olivia, a difficult night for you guys. It felt as if it could have maybe gone a little bit better. There were moments in my mind where I thought that it didn't look as if it was terribly out of control, but I imagine at the end of the night, not happy with how things have gone.
No, especially first round, just yet 2 down. The rest was good, but today on this level, having 2 down the first round, it's becoming more and more difficult. So we have to make sure we pay a bit more attention to this first round, not only the second round.
If you look at the second round, it says 4 and 4, which on any normal day, a 4 and 4 is a totally acceptable score. It was the nature of the 4 for Jessica Springsteen. Time penalties played a big role in round 2, but can you take us through maybe how, in your opinion, we managed to see 4 time penalties for her?
Well, I mean, I jumped my class individual and then I look a few horses, but I thought that Jessie knew the time was a little tight, and she does not have the natural fastest horse, and especially in a very, very small ring like Monaco, it makes things a bit more complicated. Well, yeah, 4, I didn't expect to have 4, that's a bit too many, but afterwards it would have changed us maybe 1 spot, so that didn't change that much. I think for us the most important is that we have to adjust the first round. We make too many mistakes in the first round, which is on the end cost us too many points.
If we take a look at what it means for the championship, just by the way, Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M Wheel of Horses, now officially drops down to 2nd place. Can Stars, because of the victory, move up to 1st. There are 6 points that separate the Can Stars and Stockholm Hearts. You made a good point when we were chatting off air that even if you remove the time penalties, or maybe make it less time penalties, we aren't talking about a huge amount of points. It's not from 1st to 10th or something, and maybe it would have been a handful of points. But at only 6 points separating the 2, it shows you just how costly even small errors like that can be on the bigger picture, correct?
Yeah, like, and looks like the first 2 teams are very close to each other, and we've got, I think, 4 or 5 shows left to go. So now towards the end of the season, I mean, I think it's going to be, we have to really pay attention to not give too many points away, because that could cost us the championship as well.
Does it feel like the season accelerates really quickly now? Because it feels like maybe a stage or 2 ago, everyone said there's lots of jumping, there's so much to come. Now you finish stage 10 and it feels like the end is really, really there. Do you get that change in mindset?
Yes, definitely. And also now with the Olympic Games coming up, definitely a few horses going to go there. A few different teams going to struggle. So I think we'll see the biggest difference coming in the next few shows.
Talk to me about Precious, 9 years old, very, very bright talent. How did you feel it went there today?
Truly amazing. I mean, what an exceptional horse she is. She is really the horse that when tomorrow I can retire my Legend of Love, she will take over the reins. So I was very happy both rounds today. I said, okay, she's only 9. I didn't want to go in the team second round, but I mean, she could not jump better than today.
What's your opening thoughts on seeing Julien Epayard come out for the team? There was excitement for the mid-season transfer. It was a very Julien Epillard round, wasn't it, today?
I mean, Julien goes quick, he always goes quick, he doesn't know how to go slow. But also sometimes when you have 4 faults and he's quick, it makes also a big difference. So we're happy to have Julien on board, and I'm thinking he's going to do a couple more shows.
You don't want to ever stop his natural flair. But is there a little part inside of you that says, Julien, you don't have to go in the red so much all the time, keep the fence up, and then all of a sudden the Stockholm Heart score looks very different if Julien keeps the fence up and the time penalties go away?
Yeah, I know. It's a bit.
How do you dial it back?
I mean, that's Julian's way of going. You know,
Yeah.
I can't really say do this or do that. He knows what to do, and maybe towards the end of the season, when we see it's going to be really important key rounds, we try to make sure he just slows down a little bit, a couple percentages to make a few more clear rounds on the end, so we really can push for the championship.
Are you surprised by Canstars?
No, actually, they have got very good riders, and they've got good horses, and they've got a very good structure and system. And I think it's actually a team that also everybody can learn from, because today looks like they're very, really championship contenders.
All right, listen, thank you for your time. Nice to always have you in the studio. We appreciate it. Olivia Philipparts from the Stockholm Hearts joins us live in studio. Let's go into the ring and check out the official podium celebration.
And there, Bruinseels and the Vos. And it's somewhat surprising that actually there are his boys. Somewhat surprising that Bruinseels and the Vos have only scored their first podium of the season. For these two, for the Canstars, it is their fourth podium already. The third one for Sophie Hinners, the second one for Kim Emmen. What a team. Is it going to happen? The hype, the anticipation last year before Rome, this whole new team was announced, an all-female team, and it was kind of like a promotional stunt, a publicity stunt. Well, it's no longer a publicity stunt. The best teams in the league are being beaten time and time again by the Canstars. There is Diane Fissore. She is the president of the Jumping International de Monte Carlo and the president of the Fédération Équestre de la Principauté de Monaco. Jan Tops alongside. Then it is Her Highness Princess Alexandra of Hanover, the youngest daughter of Princess Caroline of Hanover, to present the trophy to the second place team, the Vos and Bruinseels, the Prague Lions. And there comes the main trophy.
Presentation party there, Princess Caroline of Hanover, Royal Highness, assisted by Alexandra of Hanover, her Royal Highness, to make
Princess Caroline of Monaco of Hanover, and Princess Alexandra of Hanover with the trophies. Beautiful trophies, if you ask me. Diane Fissore, Jan Tops, and a royal podium. Empowering women in sports. It's what Iron Danes do. And hey, if you remember back in Paris, how there were so many fans cheering for the Canstars just because they can relate to these women, to these young ladies in the saddle. They're creating somewhat of a movement, you have to say. Royalty, presidents, and Princess Caroline, be careful. I think she was too late. A drop of champagne maybe hit the dress. Whittaker actually jumped off the podium. He's maybe not as young as Sophie Hinners, but he's at least as fit as the young German.
Well done to our top teams there. So, spraying over each other, now having a little celebratory drink.
A bit of champagne. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we are jumping for 1.5 million in the Grand Prix, $1.5 million in the 10th Grand Prix of the season. Max Kühner to defend his leading position on the championship standings. For the first time, he'll start the Grand Prix as LGCT leader.
The riders are superstars.
And is it not time for John Whittaker to win a Grand Prix once again? That's all coming up tomorrow. This evening has given us so much. They've given us 2 clean sheets. They've given us a fantastic stage winner. They've given us a new league leader. They've given us a revamped
But it is CanStars that once again
top 4 win, a top 4 battle, I should say. And they have made us believe that the CanStars can actually pull it off come Rabat, the final stage of the season. We're only 5 stages away. It is happening now in the next few stages. And thank you once again for being with us for this iconic stage in Monte Carlo, Monaco. CanStars, powered by Iron Dames, win again. Prague Lions make the podium, and so do Valkenswaard United. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great night here, and the best is yet to come tomorrow with a 1.5 million euro Grand Prix live here from Monte Carlo, Monaco, under the lights. See you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
in second, Prague Lions. But here we go with the winners, all on their own, your new season champions, CanStars.
And we see the lap of honor from the winning team, the CanStars, powered by the Iron Dames. Some of the dignitaries who got a little bit of champagne on them, by the way. And I see a load of champagne here on the podium floor. That's just behind my left-hand shoulder. But what a performance this has been from the CanStars, powered by the Iron Dames. What a reminder as to how much of a real deal they are, as they further cement their place in the top of the overall rankings and further cement themselves as the team to catch. There's been a handful of stages only that they have not led the championship. And after losing it last weekend, or losing it before, now all of a sudden they come back and regain that lead. Now again, we're going to have them in the studio. We will talk to Sophie Hinders, we will talk to Kim Emmen, and we will get some thoughts and reaction from them as to how they jumped this weekend. And I have quite a few questions for the CanStars. You too, by the way, have some questions for us as well. You have reached out via social media. I have some questions here from you. I will ask them to Kim, I will ask them to Sophie, and hopefully it'll be your questions that have been selected. Before we get the winners in, before we hear from second and third, by the way, congratulations to Valkenswaard United on the podium once again. Edwina Tops-Alexander and John Whittaker making it back up onto the winner's circle, despite some time penalties again there for both Edwina Tops-Alexander and John Whittaker. Let's show you the overall rankings and what is the impact of Monaco here tonight on the overall rankings. As we mentioned, the CanStars now jump up to first place. They lead on 199 points. The Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M We Love Horses, now find themselves in second. And the Doha Falcons, who came here with such excitement and such eagerness to make it 3 wins in a row, I'm afraid, after a very, very difficult day today, do not climb and in fact drop down to third place. Razorback International, powered by Kingston Equestrian, they too found life difficult today. 20 penalties overall, 12 from Owen McMahon in the second round, 4 from Philip Schulze-Tophoff. It takes them to 20, and Valkenswaard United make up some ground and once again put pressure now on that top 4 battle. Mexico Amigos, despite the difficult night for them, they find themselves in 8th, the Shanghai Swans in 11th. And New York Empire, Scandinavian Vikings continue to fight it out for the bottom of the table. We will hear from Rosie Tapner in a few moments' time. She will speak to second place and to third place. And we will give the CanStars some time to make their way into the studio today so we can begin getting some reaction from them. But I believe that the Prague Lions are getting ready to chat to us, to give us some reaction. And you must spare a thought for Niels Bruynseels, for Peter de Vos, because to jump a clean sheet on a weekend and not win a GCL stage is utterly heartbreaking. It is very difficult to wrap your mind around how Peter de Vos and Niels Bruynseels can jump 4 rounds, not have a single fence down, and somehow not be crowned winners at the end of the night. So much was the timing of that round of Sophie Hinnes in that second round, how crucial it was, how aggressive she was to put them in that winning position. But we'll get to that in a few moments' time. Prague Lions standing by. We will also hear from Valkenswaard. For now, let's go to the Belgian boys alongside alongside Rosie Tapner.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. The boys, we were just saying that it's so heartbreaking when you come into a second round like that and you do a double clear and yet you don't win. You must be feeling, is it bittersweet?
Frustrating.
To say the least, I would imagine. But it's a fantastic round from you both, though.
Yeah, we did what was expected from us, and I think both horses jumped great. Both 4 horses jumped great,
yeah.
And we were first to go, so we went for the clears. I mean, it was such a difficult course, were faults everywhere, so we were hoping that the other ones would make a fault, and we didn't think too much about the time.
Yeah, and in terms of the course, actually, Niels, it was incredibly tricky in there. To get a clean sheet today, just how hard was that?
You know, if you come to Monaco, it's always hard. It's a small ring. It's difficult. If you are in a good mood, if the horses are in a good mood, if everything goes well, you are from number 1 to the last one, okay. But if you are in the shit, then you are in the shit for the whole course.
Peter, I know also that your child is here as well, your daughter's here. You've just had a lovely hug with her. What does it mean to be able to compete and have your children watching?
I think we are both in the same position. We have our family here, we have both our children here, and just nice. It's a special atmosphere in Monaco. It's a small ring, but something mythic about it, and family is here and everybody enjoying. So it's nice that we were on the podium.
Fantastic you're on the podium, but I can understand also the frustrations that go with it. But well done this weekend to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to Niels Bruinseels, Peter de Vos, the Prague Lions finishing in second place today. But I'm joined in studio by the Canstars, powered by the Iron Dames. Sophie Hinnes and Kim Emmen join me in the studio. And I want to share with you a very funny story. Upon arriving in Nice, you fly into Nice, and upon arriving into Nice and driving from Nice to Monaco, I shared a taxi with Kim. What did I say to you in the car before we got to Monaco, Kim? Do you remember? I said, Kim, why is it that I haven't seen you in the studio for so long? Maybe this weekend I'll see you again. And you joked and went, well, I don't know, maybe I will. I told you 3 days ago that I was going to see you here today. Congratulations, guys. I want to start with, Sophie, let's start with you. I feel that your round 2 in particular was outrageously brilliant. Talk to me about the bravery that you have to come out and challenge that course the way you did to set up the time for Kim. What was going through your mind when you came into the in-gate to start round 2?
Yeah, when I realized that Prague Lions were double clear again, I also talked one more time to Kim and tried to make a plan, because now we have to risk to go a bit faster. So we had to take the risk, and I still tried to really go after my plan, but like save some strides in the turns. And Sinclair did amazing. He jumped unbelievably good, and he's only 9 years old and did a fantastic job.
Can we talk about how you jumped a 9-year-old in round 1, a 9-year-old in round 2, in what many people would call the most difficult arena that we have the whole season, and you bring 2 9-year-olds and jump 2 clears, Sophie? Really?
I'm so proud of these 2 horses. I was also a little bit not scared, but I had a bit respect of this arena. But I'm so proud of my 2 9-year-old horses. They did incredible good today. Yeah, I cannot really say more about them.
Kim, when you see the Prague Lions jump a clean sheet, you know that you do not even have a time penalty in your pocket. And we saw a lot of time penalties come here. We saw a lot of fences go down. How do you mentally prepare where Sophie gives you the clear and you know that you have absolutely 0, not even 1 single penalty to tackle this course? What were you saying to yourself? What were you then thinking with Imagine? How did you prepare for that?
I have to say, I just said to Sophie, like normally when I feel the pressure is on, I really have the pressure on and I can handle that quite well, and then I'm also a bit more sharp. Sophie did an amazing round that gave me a little bit more space for the time, because my horse is not the quickest. But okay, I saw Peter and Niels going clear, and I was already thinking by myself, like, okay, it really has to happen now. And I was so proud on Sophie's round, and then my horse jumped super, and yeah, we had a super result.
Sophie, we saw CanStars lose the lead and now this weekend earn the lead back. This is the updated standings, by the way. CanStars 199, Stockholm 193. You now have a 6-point lead again. Talk to me about what this means to take the championship lead back, that we now start getting into the late part of the season. How important is it to get back in the first place and build yourself some cushion, some room for a championship lead?
It means a lot to us. We have an incredible teamwork. So we are so happy to have the lead back. And yeah, I mean, my last show was in Paris and we were third there, but we also had, I also had here and there fence down. So I was also now really hungry to ride a double clear and to get the lead back. What we lost the last 2 shows, we were really trying to fight back, and we have an amazing team behind us. It would not be possible without that great team, and we are so lucky.
One of the members of that team, Kim, is Stefano Nagata. We see him everywhere. He walks the course multiple times. He's in the kiss and cry. He's always involved in the team. What kind of role does he play? For people that maybe don't know him or don't know what he does, talk to us about what element does he bring to CanStars?
I find Stefano is a really big part also of the team. He is always there for us. He respects our trainers also, but he is there a bit as a backup trainer. Say like in Stockholm, my trainer could not be there, and then it's always nice to have somebody extra on the ground. Yeah, and I think it's also Stefano, you can always ask, and he always supports us, and yeah, he can always watch a few, and he comes back to you and he says like, listen, the time is a bit this, or maybe you should do a little bit this or that. So I think he is a really big role also for our team.
Sophie, I have a question from social media here from Yannick_Jen. Talk about round 2. What was the hardest line tonight? They want to know for round 2 for you. What was the hardest line, you think, in round 2?
I think the hardest line, I thought, will be the line into the double verticals. You saw a few people did one extra stride, and normally when we walked it, I thought it is already short. And especially Sinclair, sometimes he gets a bit fast with 2 strides, so I thought for me it will be the most difficult line, but he did a really good job with that.
From a global champions perspective, there is a week off now. Then we have Riesenbeck coming up in 2 weeks' time. Can you have information for us, Kim? What does Riesenbeck look like? Do you know what the team will be for Riesenbeck?
I think in Riesenbeck it's Katrien, Sophie, and Sanne, no? Sanne? I think Sanne is jumping the 5-star. And then Janne and me are jumping the 3-star.
Yeah.
And who do you bring to Riesenbeck then, Sophie?
I will bring Sinclair again.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about my second horse yet.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. I imagine that there is a nice celebration tonight. Hopefully there is a big day tomorrow, of course, but for tonight, enjoy it. Winners tonight, championship leaders again. The CanStars powered by the Iron Dames are on fire. Kim, Sophie, congratulations, well done. Another sensational performance from the CanStars powered by the Iron Dames. They are on top of the overall championship rankings. Let's hear from Falconswart United, who find themselves in 3rd place tonight.
Guys, what a fantastic weekend for you on the podium again. Edwina, I want to start with you because it was such a tough course there and it was such a tough arena, but you really came out today.
Yeah, look, I mean, he jumped good. I had a really unfortunate fault. He's quite fresh. He's feeling good. I was a bit disappointed with that and with the time fault. I knew that I've got John coming behind me. John saves the day, by the way, which he did. So he sort of covered everything, yeah.
John, you jumped double clear today. Okay, a couple of time faults here, but fantastic to jump double clear in there today. What do you reflect on that for me?
It was a tough course, actually, and the problem was the teams that were in the lead made it look easy, but it was quite tough, you know. And I was pleased with my round. You know, he actually jumping really good. I knew I didn't have to worry about the time too much because of Edwina's time fault, so I kind of tried to jump clear. and that worked, but unfortunately the top teams jumped clear, so we couldn't do anything about that.
It's always fantastic to watch you go clear, and Edwina, and I can imagine, as you said, having him on the team is always super special. In terms of championship, you're still in 5th position, you've held your place, but you've got closer to that top 4 as well. Is that still something you're fighting for?
Definitely, for sure. We've got a lot of fighting to do. So yeah, we're going to try to get to better than 4th anyway.
Well, listen, it's great to see you back on the podium today. Congratulations to you both. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Fagersvart United having some thoughts and some comments. And some champagne was delivered, by the way, to the Canstars, powered by the Iron Dames. Kim Emmen gave me her glass. When you're in Monaco, why not? To the team powered by the Iron Danes, Canstars, this has been a sensational season thus far, and there was a lot of show jumping still to come. As it stands, the championship lead is now down to just 6 points. It is going to be incredibly tense as we now get a week off before heading to Riesenbeck, as we mentioned. Then there is a bit of a break. We have London, we have Valkenswaard, we have Rome. And let's not forget, as we told you earlier on today, we then will soon be heading off to Rabat in Morocco. A brand new stage added to the 2024 Global Champions League calendar. All of that is to come in the upcoming months. It has been a big night here in Monaco. We thank you for joining us. There is a lot more to come throughout the rest of the weekend as well. For now, enjoy the lights, enjoy the super yachts, and we'll see you again tomorrow for the LGCT Grand Prix of Monaco. Good night.
I feel the chaotic symphony of speed in nature. The passage of time echoes in the trembling dance of leaves in the wind, in each powerful stride of a running horse. And suddenly, everything shifts. Time warps, slowing to a crawl. I take a deep breath, anchoring myself in this moment. My gaze falls upon my champions, where time bends to perfection. I witness history in the making.
The Longines Global Champions Tour of Riesenbeck from the 18th to the 21st of July.